do you want to tell them? Just hold on. Take a deep breath. Tell me what you want. And I'll just state why I'm going to do it this way, and people could be mad at me if they want. I'm going to, I don't know that that'll happen, but I'll be darned if I'm not going to try to.
What you just watched, that's the breaking point. You saw a woman collapse and a judge ready to fight. But the truth behind this case is a systemic trap that should be impossible. This is Bill Prop versus Teresa James. On the surface, it's about $3,230 in unpaid rent. But Teresa is stuck in a brutal catch-22. To get financial aid, she needs a job. But at 55, she's too old for youth programs and too young for senior assistance. How do you find a miracle when you've been living in the cracks your whole life? Does the law even care about a miracle? If you want to understand courtroom psychology and how judges navigate the thin line between law and mercy, hit subscribe for more real-life drama. Let's head back to the start of this intense hearing.
Is Teresa Adams and Terry Adams.
April Lacey for Bill Property Trust.
Oh, what's your name?
Teresa Adams.
All right. Where are we on this case?
Your Honor, right now there is still an outstanding balance of $3,016 in past due rent. That does include October, $214 in court costs. So the total balance is $3,230. The defendant indicates she has reached out to several organizations for assistance and has been getting the cold shoulder so far, but she has not stopped her efforts. And then she did indicate to me that she is looking to get employment. I do not have permission to move this out any further. My client would like a writ in this,
A judgment. Ms. Adams, what do you want to tell them? Just hold on. Take a deep breath. Tell me what you want. Tell me, okay?
I don't think there's anything left to say. I mean, there's not a lot of help out there. There's no help out there. Hawk, you need to be employed for them to help you. The Michigan Legal Services, you actually have to have a housing voucher or be in A1 housing in order for them to help you at this point. The lady told me it is directly because of the new administration cuts that they have made. I haven't been able to find a job.
Ms. Adams, if you don't mind me, how old are you?
I'm 55.
Don't. Okay. All right. Because there are programs for senior housing, but I think you're too young.
I have called them. They don't have anything available. I called the Michigan Legal Clinic. They don't have any space available. So he said to try calling next week.
Okay. Ms. Adams.
I feel like I'm out of options at this point.
So, I know that in our conversations, Ms. Adams, while Michigan Legal Clinic did tell her to call next week, she did indicate that she's going to try to find a part-time employment to start. She has a big gap in her employment history, which is causing some problems. Other issues are because of her special abilities. She needs a certain type of employment, but starting out part-time is a comfortable place to begin that journey. And so she did indicate that she would make some effort to do that.
And I have been, and I'm working with Michigan Rehabilitative Services. They're working on a plan for me. I think I'm actually meeting with them this week.
So you're meeting with them
next
this week, and that's going to develop a plan that hopefully can get you employed.
Correct.
And if you can get employed, then if there's money available through Hawk, then you can qualify because you have some employment.
Exactly. Yeah, it's quite a catch-22.
All right. And I'll just state why I'm going to do it this way, and people can be mad at me if they want. I'm going to adjourn yours out to my next date. I'm doing that clearly over the objection of plaintiff. They may be entitled to a judgment, but for purposes of the record, Ms. Ijims, from the day she first appeared before me, was trying. She was calling. She wasn't getting some responses. She was trying to figure out a system of assistance, which is sometimes difficult to figure out.
I also have a disability lawyer who is trying to expedite my case.
Right. And I recall that also.
Okay.
And you were going through using, and I say this to your credit, you were using whatever tools, whatever you had to try to make this work. It's not like you don't want to do it. It's just a lot of people have difficulty getting things done, but you have other challenges. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
I know.
But you have other challenges that you're trying to sort of fight through to get to a point where somebody can assist you, and then you can find yourself in a position where you're
self-sufficient.
Yeah. And the other thing is, in this case, as with when I asked you your age, it's always the difficult cases are the people that are in the middle. So frankly, if you were probably a little bit younger, I hate saying this at my age, but it makes you more attractive in the employment market to do stuff, right? Then if you were older, there would be certain programs and assistance that would be available to you. You're right in that middle, and to the upper end of that middle, which makes it even more difficult.
I've been living in the cracks my whole life.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn your case out. If there has to be a judgment next time, it'll still be relatively within the month of October. I'm going to do that because I'm going to let you continue to try. And, Ms. James, I'm always one that believes in miracles, and maybe we can see one here. If you can get yourself employed and then maybe talk to Hawk and some funding appear, you're right at that border that if then we found $230 and make it pay the max with Hawk, then you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know that that'll happen, but I'll be darned if I'm not going to try to give it a shot.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll adjourn this to October 24th, 2025 at 2 p.m.
And October 24th.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You're welcome. All right.
The decision's final for now. The judge chose mercy, adjourning Teresa's case until October 24th. But here's the question. Was he right to block the landlord's legal claim, or should the law be followed regardless of the person? Comment below, Team Teresa or Team Landlord? Is empathy a valid legal strategy? If this case got you thinking about the justice system, hit like. Share this with anyone who loves a courtroom underdog story.